So if you guys haven't heard of by now, and this was brought up in one of my lives, and I never ended up fact checking it, but I did just fact check it now. Michaels is going to have, kind of similar to Etsy, a MakerPlace where you can sell like your finished crafts. There's like online classes that you could do, different kinds of things. But the person in my live basically said that anything that you post would like basically be owned by Michaels and like not be yours anymore. And I was like, wait a second, that seems like insane. There's no way. But I'll read this to you guys and you tell me what you think. And I will also tell you how I'm interpreting it. Now, I will state for the record that I am not, in fact, a lawyer. But if this doesn't say how I'm interpreting it, they should change it because how I'm interpreting it is like how others are interpreting it. So, under the section in their terms and conditions for their MakerPlace, for the subsection user submitted content, it says Michaels welcomes your reviews, comments, and other communications, photos, videos, and any other content that you submit through or to the site user content, as long as the user content submitted to you complies with this agreement. So the user content can't be anything copyright, trademarked, no political campaigning, no threatening language, nothing obscene, nothing abusive, violent, lewd, like all the things you'd expect. Fine, great, love that. Then the next paragraph of this subsection reads, for any user content you submit, you grant to Michaels a non-exclusive, sub-licensable, fully paid up, perpetual, irrevocable, royalty-free, transferable right and license to use, display, perform, transmit, copy, modify, delete, adapt, publish, translate, create derivative works from, sell, and distribute such user content, and to incorporate the user content in any form, medium, or technology now known or hereafter developed throughout the world, all without compensation to you. Did that just read like they can take your stuff, use it, at the very least, create derivative works from, and sell it and distribute it, all without paying you money? So you put it on their website to sell, but then they could also take your shiz and sell it and not pay you? Is that what you guys heard? Because that's a little bit what I heard. And then it gets worse. It says, for this reason, do not send us any user content that you do not wish to license to us, including any confidential information or any original creative materials, such as stories, product ideas, computer code, or original artwork that you do not wish to license to us. In addition, you grant Michaels the right to include the name provided along with the user content submitted by you, so you can give them your name for the thing you designed. Provided, however, Michaels shall have no obligation to include such name with such user content. So you could give them your name, but they're not going to give you credit, theoretically, is how I interpreted that. We are not responsible for the use or disclosure of any personal information that you voluntarily disclose in connection with any user comment you submit. You represent and warrant that you have all necessary rights for you to grant the licenses granted in this section. If you use the identity of a third party in the user content, you represent and warrant that you have the written permission to do so. So that's totally fine. It has to be yours to give it to them, or you have to have permission from the owner to give it to them. Fair. And then this last sentence, you tell me how you hear this. You further irrevocably waive any moral rights or other rights with respect to attribution of authorship or integrity of materials regarding user content that you may have under any applicable law or under any legal theory. So I interpreted that as you waive any right in owning your stuff, and if they do take it and use it and not credit you, you then have no right to be like, bro, that was mine. Is that how you interpreted that? Because that's how I interpreted that. I don't like it. I don't think, how conceivably does that make any sense for what this is supposed to be? Like, it just doesn't. You're supposed to be able to sell your handmade items. It says, just read it. Sell your handmade items, build and customize your store in minutes, and enjoy selling with lower fees and clear pricing. Lower fees and clear pricing, but you don't own your stuff. You can also teach online classes, sell access to your classes through a features section on your online store. Now that seems like you can like more or less sell a link to where your store actually is. So like if you run a store through like say Skillshare, not a store, a class. It sounds like you're selling a link to your class on a different platform, not that your class would be on this platform. So I think at that point you could actually like keep ownership of your classes, but I'd be curious to see how that would work if your class is like on a different website. And then it says create how-tos to earn affiliate pay, share how-tos in your store, and earn commission from when customers purchase from your supply list. So if you're like me and do patterns and want to do tutorials for things that you don't want to actually sell, you can do a how-to, but then if you do the how-to, does that mean now Michaels owns that pattern? Like say if I hadn't done my like how-to on YouTube for my bee, does that mean like Michaels can just use my bee pattern and sell my bee pattern now? I don't like it. I don't think it makes sense. And I was giving a like little perusal through like what's on here now, and I've not tried every type of craft. So there is that. And I know technically everybody has the right to price the way they want to price, but it's already feeling a little bit like a race to the bottom. I'm looking at a stuffed teddy bear that looks pretty tall and it's worsted weight yarn, and we all know that's going to take a hot minute to make. It's being sold for $20. I'm looking at a soap set, and oh gosh, I hope it's not cold press soap. But the soap set is being sold for $5.25. Now, if you don't know anything about cold press soap, there's some science to it, but you have to let it cure for like 3 weeks before it's like, technically it's usable the next day, but like the less hard it is, the faster it's going to use up. So like if you use the bar soap the next day, like you're going to get like a wash or two out of it, and then it's basically going to be like gone. But these look like, good size pumpkin shaped soaps for only $5. That doesn't seem like it fits, because if it's cold pressed soap, that's basically a month-long process to make. Absolutely not. And then I'm looking at a wreath. This wreath is kind of expensive, but looks underpriced to me. It looks very intricate, like there's a lot of different materials, and it's only for like $85. And like I know I said only, and to some people $85 is like a lot, but like the wreath game, first off, the materials aren't that cheap. Second off, like the time it takes to like get everything together, like that's an area I dabbled in. And I can tell you from my very minimal experience that this wreath looks like it should be easily $150. It's feeling like it's not for me. And it's feeling like it's a fantastic way for Michaels to make money. Because, I mean, how fantastic. You're going to do a how-to link to their own products. So they're going to get a commission, and you're going to get a wee little commission, but they're going to get like a commission every time you sell your property that requires their materials. And they're going to also be able to just keep your stuff. Now, I'm not saying they will. They didn't technically say they will, but they're saying they could. That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel like it's for the creator. It feels like it's for the corporation. And that's half the reason with there's an issue that people have with Etsy. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. And in the meantime, if you'd like more crochet content, you can check out this video right here.